Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Israel. Welcome back to Planet Crafter, where we are 2% of the way to a breathable atmosphere. Huzzah! So, drone logs, and I needed to get the power back up as not the power, the temperature. Okay, how are we doing on details? So, biomass 21.49 tons. Really need to give that another kick and start establishing an insect population if I can. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, let's stash some of this away. Super alloys, go. And actually, 1, 2, 3 bits of iron. Let's get another cupboard in. Like so. Just double up on the storage a bit. 1, 2, 3. That uranite can go into processing. That's straightforward enough. 1 and there we go. Fusion reactor is fine. Biodomes are coping. Pomeray. Come on, up. There we go. Right, let's dismantle you. Then put you in up here so you're not quite so much in the way. Especially if I decide to put another biodome in here. Details. Bounce, catch. Where can I get a good supply of plant matter? Let's see. 23 per second off algae. 43 per second off a flower spreader. Could go for machine optimizers, try to get a boost there. Gas extractor, lake water collector is kind of useless. Veg tubes are obsolete at this point. Grass spreader, there we go. Plants 0.19. Right, so it looks like the best options I've got are. It's not even the biodome, is it? Looks like the best option I've got is going to be the flower spreader, and then seeing if I can give things a kick. Right, well, so be it. Seeds. I suppose the other option is to try to get the trees phase going, but that needs much. I think that actually paradoxically needs more plant matter deployed. Well, let's see. I just need to get, what was it, 15 of these drone logs. Well, there's 5. Nothing there. Lerma seed. Okay. Humblia seed. Get a plant. Get a flower spreader going with that. That's 6 drone logs. Second Humblia seed. Definite options there. Okay, right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drone logs. Grab some more beans for food purposes. There we go. So, nom nom nom. Glug glug glug. Right, fertilizer, for which we need eggplant. Not ready, not ready. Really? Not ready yet, comrade eggplants? Tut tut tut. Okay. Algae and sulfur. Sulfur's nice and easy. I may even have some stashed. No? Surprise. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Okay, sulfur. Let's go grab some of that from the desert. Hey, J-Dog. Yeah, but I need to get the tree spreader unlocked in order to get that up and running. Titanium is always handy. I think the lake is empty. Fine. Go hit the sulfur extractor instead. Grab a few bits just for ease of reference later on. Always stash it later. Is that? No, just not texture. Right, so sulfur and oh yes, algae. Need algae, need lots of algae. Also need to get a plant multiplier going. So get another machine optimizer up. And that definitely offers possibilities. Especially if we can bunk it in. Oh no, we already have one here. Right. Optimization capacity 5 machines. Oxygen multiplier. I wonder if we can get 2 optimizers affecting. Yes, we can. I think I've done it before, but I have to get 2 optimizers affecting the same machines. Alright, algae. Algae. And maybe have a quick rummage for drone bits. Yep, you've got a log. There we go. Right, splash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, never mind. Inventory's full. Just chug a bit of random water and 6. Okay. So get a machine optimizer down. Possibly upgrade to tier 2s if I get some more obsidian. For the moment though, fertilizer. Yoink, and I need eggplant to cover the rest. What else do I need for plant flower spreaders? 2 bits of super alloy. Okay, drop off that, snag that, 2 bits of super alloy, and then a machine optimizer. 1 bit of cobalt, 1 bit of iron. Okay, cobalt's easy. Iron. Yeah, that's just a case of raiding the truck, isn't it? Yoink. Right, so machine optimizer, plonk you down there. Insert plant multiplier fuse, just check. Plant production, there we go, 217 grams per second, 500% boosted. Right, next order of business, plant spreader. Boop. And boop. And boop. And check. Plant multiplier, good. Oxygen multiplier, better. Okay, we are in business on that front. Need more fertilizer to get another plant spreader going, but for that to work I need more eggplant. A lot more eggplant, but we can do 1 more bit straight up. There we go. Right, next limiting factor therefore is eggplant, so we'll drop off the rest of that for the moment. Don't need the iridium either. I suppose I could go raid up some more. Go raid up some more robots. See if we can retrieve logs. I think we need 15 to make the robotics company slightly less murderously inclined towards me. And the easy, well, obvious place to start really is going to be the robot graveyard off to the northeast. If the weather wants to cooperate. Come on. Reverse track. really. Who left all these plants here? Most inconsiderate. Fine, fine. Turns out the truck is not watertight. It just automatically replenishes. Okay. No, we're still doing -1 it's just that the truck automatically replenishes. Okay, past the saboteurs 600. Might be easy just to drive through. Or maybe not. Random box. Rocket engine, uranium, beams. Tusker seed might come in handy, so will osmium. The rest seems... we'll grab the sulfur on general principles, I think. I think I must have washed up at some point. Oh well. Curiouser and curiouser. Right, onwards. Under the sea. Or at least under the lake. It's probably the nearest thing we've got to a sea around here. Right, there's the crash 600, so the robot graveyard should be just past it. Looks like it passed. Still wonder if I can use that. That means I can mine obsidian out here. Maybe it's worth considering. What would it take? Out the way. Ooh. That's unclear. This saves having some oddities with solid ground all of a sudden. Can we just stack up there? Thank you. Better. Right. Where were we? Oh yes, drill extractors. Iridium rods, osmium super alloy rod. Does release quite a lot of heat and pressure, but that's kind of secondary to the materials it pulls out. Let's get a move on. Try not to ground the truck. Oh. I mean, it could also be that black outcropping is uranite rather than obsidian. I could use either, but obsidian would be more convenient at the moment. We've got uranite lying around here after all. Okay! Come on then. Where are your cargo bays? Storage crate, there we go. Right, well, I'll take the fertilizer, need that. And, oh, actually, I'll take all of that, it's all useful. Not sure why my character's falling through the floor. What's more annoying is that you don't seem to have come with any blocks. Which is a touch inconvenient. Okay, emptied. What about you? More fertilizer. Iridium rod. Okay. I wonder if the game did a patch and the save's gotten slightly balked because of it. Could be part of the problem. Might be worth doing a respawn. Okay. It's like all the Z coordinates suddenly went up by about a meter. Yank open vehicle. Right, let's drop off much. Okay, yeah, let's go for a respawn. Options, I'm stuck. Click here to be teleported around the base. There we go. Right. I think the save is bugged. That's inconvenient. Now I really am stuck. Oh no. No, 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 no. Save and reload. Yeah, I don't want to risk. The problem is, if the save is bugged, then this is completely sorted. But alright, let's try. The problem is, if I save, then it overwrites what I've done so far. You know what, we'll risk it. Save in progress and complete version 1.526. Let me just have a look at the Steam page. When did they last do an update? Library, Planet Crafter, Steam. Last play today, achievements 48 of 55. View latest news. Moon's updated, added more loot on Aqualis, Final Tower Island, stay in the loop. Posted June 12th, so no, they haven't done a patch. No, it's just random server weirdness. Okay, that's curious. Alright, okay, let's try exit main menu and play. And load Humble 1. Well, I'm not falling through the ground anymore. Okay, I have no idea what just happened. Please say it wasn't the bug. June 12th. That was almost 2 months ago. Yep. Not an issue. Let's get back to... What am I saying? I don't need to get back to the buggy. I have the garage. Why bother running to buggy when I can make buggy teleport to me? Use summon. There we go. So the good news is we got loads of useful stuff. The bad news is, well, very little of it was immediately relevant. But with the extra fertilizer, we can get some more flower spreaders down. Water. There we go. Drop that, plug that. Nom the beans and plant another flower spreader. I need to find some more obsidian at this point. Flower spreader, go. And deploy. Yeah, Tusker seed will do. How much more have I got? Super alloy and water bottle. Let's see. Fertilizer. No super alloy in storage. Fine, not an issue. Got plenty in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And water. I'll just check my power level. 600 kilowatts available. Alright. Power spreader. One more water bottle required. Right, check the other condenser. Indeed. Yay, indeed. Right, at least the save isn't broken. That would have been irritating. Right, flower spreader down and plant Tusker seed. Good. Right, more plants going down. Not great on... doesn't really... the seed type doesn't really matter. That only affects oxygen. But I'd still like to get a better machine optimizer going to cover those. Oh well, issue for later. What else have we got? Oxygen multiplier. Plant. Okay, yeah, that's better. 15 kilograms a second. Got biomass coming up nicely. So let's have a look at the progress screen. Teleporter comes up at 25 giga-TI, kind of irrelevant. Tree spreader comes up at 32, but that's a long way off still. What about the biomass? Food grower at 35 tons. Hooray, that will speed things up. 45 tons for the Mark 1 tree spreader. And then the next order of business, 8,000 tons. Kind of becomes irrelevant, but that's when you start mucking about with insects, isn't it? So butterfly dome and beehives to get things going there. Right, we are on the move again. That's something. 35 tons to the tier 2 food growers. Still need to do... oh hey, it's raining rocks. Eggplant ready? Nope. Hello, rocks. Yes, I hear you. Looks like... a bit chaotic. Could be super alloy. This one's mostly coming down the desert areas. Could just be general meteors coming down. Alright, looks like a couple landed down by the algae lake. Let's go take a look. Though bright green super alloy meteor doesn't normally do bright green. Uranium? Or something else? Ah, it's just regular minerals. Nah. Boo! Kinda past the need for those, game, but thank you anyway, I suppose. Alright. Still need to find drone logs. So the other option is to try to get a drill platform going. What do we need? Super alloy rod and iridium. Well, the iridium's nice and easy. That's in the back of the truck. Alright, let's grab some aluminium and some titanium. We'll just put a basic platform down. Need an iridium rod from in back. You'll do. And then I think... yeah. Yeah, let's go shove a drill platform in by one of those chunks of black rock and see what we get. And let's not go this way. Again, it caused trouble. Oh, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. Coming through. Drive! To the overpass. Go past the now newly flowering coral forest. Ah, did not expect flowers. And then cut down, and we should be able to take a look. Oh, brakes right here. Up through Petra, and this should get us back to the robot graveyard. Yank. There we go. Good news, we got past the sulfur desert. Bad news, we're not past the lakes. Yeah, to the right. Less of an issue. Yeah, a super alloy here would also have been more useful. Okay, here we are. One giant chunk of rock. Let's see what the mining station comes up with. There goes the food growers. So, bounce. Bounce. Right, what are you getting? Iron. Really? Okay, fine. Well, we'll let it do its thing. If nothing else, it's going to be spitting out heat and pressure at low levels. Can always go and check what else of the beep. What else of the robot cargo holds I haven't raided yet. And maybe hoover up some uranites as well. Hello, robot corpses. I am here to loot you once again. Please be reasonable about this. Terra tokens, osmium rod. Some vaguely useful bits and pieces, but nothing major. I'm sure the robotics firm won't mind us. Ah, super alloy rod. Excellent. Need that. I'm sure they won't mind us pillaging the robots. They're dead anyway. Need a tier 2 extractor to get obsidian. No, well, we did just get a super alloy rod and some osmium, so to drop off the osmium rods, grab a bit more osmium. Back we go. Where did we leave that extractor? There you are. Right, let's go fix this. I can fly? Sort of. Okay, I can fall with style. It's very nearly the same thing. Wow, the brakes on this thing are good. Yikes! Or maybe the chassis is a bit too light. Okay, let's see. Recover those Terra tokens. Tier 2, I need 2 iridium rods. 1 and 2. Right, tier 2. Ore extractor. Deployed. Obsidian! Hooray! Right, grab you, empty you, deconstruct you, and let's see, no more super alloy rod at the moment, but at least now I have a permanent supply of obsidian, rather than having to rely on whatever I can scavenge out of the lava caves. How well it works? Well, that's anyone's guess. Actually, there was some hydration. There was a decent amount to be had starting by scavenging up in the lava cave, because there was some obsidian in there. That's why I've been getting it thus far. Alright, let's stock up on uranites. It'll give the ore crushers something to do. And then head home and let it do its thing. At least I now have a permanent source of obsidian, so that's something. Right, onwards. This thing's terrain climbing is not particularly good. What about if we try catching some air? Don't really want to risk going through the lava cave with this thing. if I'm careful, back over the Sulphur Desert, I think. Quicker. Not necessarily safer, but quicker. Luckily, this thing does not have damage modelling, I think. And we're back. Yoink, yoink, yoink. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Come on, round we go. Well, it might be easier to leave the buggy here and just teleport it over. Ramp, skid, and we are home. Hooray! Okay, right, next order of business. Tier 2 food growers. Water, okay, basically needs super alloy and fertilizer. Well, that's actually kind of easy to work with. Bounce. Bounce. And we'll get some more eggplant going in these. Yes. Actually, do I have eggplant seeds? No, but I do have beans. Stash the extra fertilizer. Actually, fertilizer water bottles are the problem there. And while we're on the topic, flour. Fertilizer and super alloy. It's just occurred to me I had another. Thought I had another pack of boosted seeds. Well, I have Tuskers. Could have sworn. No. Must have hallucinated it. Right, super alloy. No, but plenty of aluminium. So, oh, super alloy. There we go. Right, let's get seeds going in here. So retrieve eggplant, commence growing of beans, grow eggplant, grow beans. There we go, and I can upgrade the tier 1 growers as I need them. How am I for power? 366 kilowatts available. We're getting there. Right, speaking of eggplant. Harvest, harvest, harvest. Harvest all the things. Well, all the things that are ready at least. Sulfur, and where did the algae go? Not sure. Let's drop off the rocket engines. Not planning to send anything into orbit for a bit. That's actually a very good question. Where did the algae samples go? Could have sworn. How bizarre. Unless when I hit the respawn option it left some stuff behind and did it by quote-unquote killing me. Which will be inconvenient. Let's see. Tusker seed for oxygen. Super alloy. We've got fertilizer. Nonsense beans. Need some more algae. Need another shot of fertilizer. Right, downstairs, get some algae. Get another shot of fertilizer. Built and get another plant spreader into the mix. Yoink. 1, 2, and 3. I didn't think I converted all the algae, though. Huh. Well, shows how much attention I wasn't really paying to that. Right, let's see. Fertilizer. Conversion complete. There we go. Stuff the remaining eggplant into storage. Check my materials. Yep, we're fine. So, flower spreader. Deploy. And engage the husker to boost the oxygen output. Right, now I really do need to get some obsidian because I want to boost that machine optimizer again. Alright, we'll crack you and crack you. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cobalt. Aluminium. Silicon, titanium. Thought I had more in the truck. Apparently not. Short of silicon and titanium again. But, hey. Still good for one more bit of super alloy. Way! We've got the tree spreader. Good, that gives plant life another kick. Right, tree bark, bacteria, fertilizer, bioplastic. Okay, fertilizer is nice and easy. Bioplastic I've got. Tree bark is trivial because that's been steadily stacking away upstairs. There we go. I should see about reclaiming the iridium from these at some point, but detail. Right, what else did we need? Bacteria samples. Do I have any, or do I need to do another algae run? Kinda hoping I've got some stashed. But apparently not. Okay, fine. Back down to the lake we go. Also, you know what I was saying about boosting the flower generators? And that just turned into boosting the tree generators. 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll do. Chug some water. We're going to need some methane to make bacteria, aren't we? Hit the gas extractor on the way back. There we go. Now, what else do I need for this particular run of mad science? Oh no, just algae and water. Okay, fine, easier than I thought. I suppose all you really have to do is give it somewhere nice, warm, and let it ferment for a bit. So let's drop off the methane canisters. Bacteria. There we go. Nicely lined up and used the lot, which does mean I have no drinking water temporarily. Okay. Tree spray. True. And that's where I kind of want to give it a boost. Let's find some flat land. There we go. And tree spreader. Place on a water surface. Oh, okay, fine. Be like that. Yoink! To the coast we go. Right, you're going to need a tree seed. In fact, it's going to need multiple tree seeds. Also need some more bioplastic. 97 per second, 31 per second. Yeah. Right, let's go and get another chunk of bioplastic and grab some tree seeds. Then when you think about moving the machine optimizers. Maybe, actually, maybe I don't. Maybe just checking on the obsidian mine, see if it's come up with enough. Seeds. Bioplastic. Tusker seed, fertile seed, tusker seed, lermers. Could have sworn. There we go. Malacea tree seed, 1200. The Humblia seed is slightly redundant. I knew I had some. And there's the Lilia seed as well. Perfect. So we've got all the bits needed for a second tree generator and 2 tree seeds. Alright, let's do this. So get a little bit of spacing. Tree spreader. And you'll do plant. Okay, engage 1 tree seed and 2 tree seeds. So oxygen, 11,500 parts per quintillion, 97 grams per second of plants. Okay. Oxygen's a decent boost, if nothing else. Right. Truck. $1,200. Heat multipliers. 1,200. All the tree seeds seem to be about 1,200 or 1,250, don't they? Okay, bioplastic. What do I need to make a third? Superalloy fertilizer. I suppose what I could do is dismantle some of the tier 2 spreaders. Because the tree spreaders are far more efficient when it comes to superalloy and fertilizer, but I just need some tree bark. Well, tree bark. Actually, no, what am I saying? I've got tree bark. Got an infinite supply of the stuff courtesy of the biodomes. And plastic. Bioplastic. Yeah, let's go check on obsidian generation. No, I'm not bothering with the truck, it's not that far. Okay. Go. Oh yes, that's good. You. Terraforming task, moving on load technology on arrival. No, I've already got the drone out of that one. Seeds, eggplant seeds, silicon, titanium, need that for superalloy production. Little else of immediate usage. Graded the lot. You. Water bottle. Eggplant seeds, silicon and titanium. No else of immediate value. Alright, back to the mining sites. Right. Obsidian, gimme. Ooh, jackpot. Bit too much for a jackpot, actually. Oxygen and water. There we go. Right. That'll do. At least for starters. So we get a tier 2 optimizer going. boost for oxygen and plant growth with a bit of luck, and that'll let me build up multiple tree spreaders near the lakes. In theory. Might end up moving the flower spreaders to take advantage if I haven't got enough fuses to go round. Okay. Still need to find more robot logs. And a bit of space soup, not really relevant at this point. Hang on, was that super? No, it wasn't. Just looked like a little passing glance. Right. 2 bits of explosive powder. Drop off the rest of those materials for later. Explosives. Explosions. We need explosions. I don't have any explosives. Okay, fine. Iridium and sulfur it is. Which way around is it? 2 bits of sulfur and 1 bit of iridium. Let's raid the truck. I'm fairly sure I had, yep, some iridium stuffed in there. Done. Oh, power check. 265 kilowatts. Okay, machine optimizer, tier 2. Deploy with both devices within zone of operation, like so. Doesn't think it's quite got to the lake, unfortunately. So might end up moving a few of the flower spreaders down here anyway, just to take advantage. Yes, in fact that will work very nicely indeed. Right, plant fuse, oxygen fuse, dismantle both to recycle the explosives, the uranium, and save on power. And we'll just stash all of that for later. Bonk, 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 bonk. Like so. Alright, let's go and get these fuses set. And then see about either getting another tree spreader going, or establishing a few of the flower spreaders. Right, you. Plants, oxygen. Check you're both verified. Yep, there we go. Plus 500%. Sadly, it's not a times 5, it's a plus 5. Still, I'll take it. So we've got reasonable progress coming on. Next job is to move some of these flower spreaders. Right. So Humblia seed and construct. Humblia seed, construct. Not sure if I can get, well, we can certainly get one flower spreader in here. Like so. And that's producing 3575 parts per quintillion compared to 16,000 parts per quintillion. Slight difference. Now, how far does the zone of influence extend here? Maybe enough? Not sure. Well, even if it doesn't, two tree spreaders are arguably a more efficient use. So let's get some back. Let's get 6 shots of algae. Grab some water from the condensers and convert it across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whoops. What's in here? Little of note. Right, go. Convert up some more bacteria samples. Get another couple of batches of tree bark from the biodome. And that, let's get another couple of tree samples going. Okay, I can convert immediately. I've got enough water. 254 kilowatts available. Bacteria sample, need more water bottles. Let me go and grab a spare there as well. Okay. Right, so tree bark and seeds. Can I wiggle to... No, fine, well with a bit of luck. Yep, there we go, 2 bits of tree bark. Okay, and tree seeds. Were they in the truck? Yeah, there we go. So, Rubru seed, Brunea seed. Sorted. Okay. How much bioplastic have I got? 2 bits. Right, we should be okay. Hit the coastline and see what's available. It looks roughly right, but we'll try it. I'm not sure it's got the range. Oh no, plants boosted 500%. We're good. Right, Rubru seeds, go. And tree spreader. Okay, that one's boosted as well. Brunea seeds. Okay, we have the beginnings of our forest. And a total of 5 set up. So... okay, that's given the plant life a decent kick. Let's head back to check on the terraforming index and see how things are doing on that front. Okay, biomass. Oh wow, yeah, we're up to 35 kilograms a second. That is doing very nicely indeed. Right, oxygen. Well, all we can really do is let that tick as it comes off the plant life. The real concerns now are heat and pressure again, because they seem to have stalled out. Tier 4 drills. Osmium and a ton of super alloy. Not ideal. Tier 4 heaters, super alloy again. But there was a tier 5 heater in development. Hydration low, thank you. Yes, right. So, tier 5 heater, okay, kilotons of biomass. I need to... right, plants will kick in at 80, but sorry, beehive kicks in at 80, butterfly kicks in at 140. And once we get insects developing, certainly a tree seed becomes available for production, which might help. I suppose the other thing I could do is try to get into space and give the plant distribution network another kick from there. Right, rockets. Drone visualization, irrelevant. Map information, kind of irrelevant. Seed spreader. Bacteria, mutagen. Plant spreader. They're both useful. 2 bits of superalloy, rocket engine, lerma and tree bark. Which of them is struggling more? Also, plug. Which of you two is having a bigger problem? It's oxygen that really needs the kick, isn't it? Right. Oxygen boost rocket. What do we need? Let's see. Seed spreader. So, bacteria, mutagen, and tree bark. That should be enough value to get things going. Oh, baby tree! Yay! Oh! That's the tree species we saw down in the cave. Melissia. Okay. Well, that explains a little. Certain trees for arbors frequency that gives a 300% oxygen bonus. Oh, right. On the other hand, the base production is such that you still want a 1200% bonus seed anyway. Forget I spoke. Right, bacteria sample, mutagens. Okay, so we need lots of bacteria, which means we need lots of water. There we go, filled up. Right, bacteria. Right, methane and sulfur. Methane is easy, sulfur is around here somewhere. Note to self, I do actually have another oxygen fuse I could deploy as and when. Sulfur, there we go. Also lerma seed and mutagen. Substitution. Okay, so we've got the mutagen, the lerma seed, the bacteria. Need the rocket engine and 2 bits of superalloy and lunch. Let's see if this is enough to get this rocket into space. Weep. Bonk. Right, oxygen multiplier. Okay, 1 bit of tree bark. Didn't need the lerma seeds, I needed tree bark. So, stash you. Hop upstairs, raid the biodome. Wouldn't hurt to grab some more just in case I decide to get another tree spreader going. And construct. Send it. Jeb, do your stuff. Will he keep it vertical? I am starting to wonder about how soon he's doing the pitchback maneuver on this launch. But he hasn't crashed one yet, so I shouldn't complain too loudly. Although that is wildly off the thrust vector. Oh well. He's making orbit, and I suppose that's what counts. Oxygen. Okay, well... it's barely ticking. We are up to quintillion. We're up to 1 part per trillion. Oh. Parts per quintillion. Parts per quadrillion. Parts per trillion. parts per billion, parts per million. Unless that's... Oh, unless I'm out, unless that's parts per quadrillion. So, trillion, billion. Maybe. Not 100% sure. It might be that it's clipping on the plants. It might also just be that Jeb is, well, Jeb. I suppose I could move the pad if I was really bothered by it, but frankly I'm not. It's easier just to keep laughing at it. Right, got some super alloy there. Let's cycle the dolomite back round. Check this one. A lot of iron, but not much else. Okay, water. We need more bacteria samples. Right. Or I'm not giving him a drink to pep him up before each launch. I mean, where do you think I'm getting... Where would I be getting alcohol in this place? Right. Okay, the machine optimizers are fine. The trade rocket's a bit of a power drain. If I do need to save power, I suppose I could chuck that. Beyond that, tier 3 heaters, tier 4 heaters. We can start to play with insects. Right, beehive. I need bee larvae. Should really have seen that coming, shouldn't I? Right, tier 2 fertilizer, which I've got, and we'll get an incubator. Hang on, have I got enough power to run an incubator? No, I haven't. Right, you know what I was saying about chucking the trade rocket? Yeah, turns out that comes up a bit sooner than I expected. For the use it hasn't been. How much have I got in the way of Terra tokens? Nothing worth spending. Fine, we'll dismantle the trade rocket. Saves the power. Right, let's get the DNA manipulator online. Need to start chasing bees, and I'll need to go into the underground to get some larvae. Alright, incubator is online. Recipes, bee larvae, uncommon larvae, mutagen, and fertilizer. Well, at least I know that recipe. Right, downstairs. Let's chug some water. Well, drop off all the non-essentials first, because this is going to be quite the exploration run. That's fun. I need to deploy this. You. Inventory. Right-click build. Yay, little model. And one of these days it'll even deploy the explosives, excuse me, without something going wrong. Okay, I need food, I need water. Yeah, one bottle of water should be okay. Right. Into the lava cave. Let's hop down to the underground level and see about finding some uncommon larvae to turn into bees. And yes, we are definitely going for the bees! Don't ask how the greenery is coping with the volcanic geysers, I'm not sure. Okay, flashlight on. Bacteria mutagen, definitely have those. Saves me having to cook some more up to actually get the bee larvae made. Now, the robots thought that the first place we were going to get larvae was down here. So keep an eye open for wrigglers. Hello. Also, blueprints. Remember to raid this place for drone logs again, just in case. Lerma seeds, Emora tree seeds. Well, only 400%. Well, I suppose it's better than nothing. They could have hit a better variety of tree, though. Come on, little insects, where are you? Couple random chunks of super alloy, no complaints about that. But, whoop. Nope, that's silicon. It just looked vaguely lava-shaped because of the angle. You're not lava either. You're just rock. Bugs, 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 bugs. Ah, there you are. You. Hooray! Uncommon larvae in the first shot. Huzzah! We can start getting beehives established once we get those into the DNA manipulator. Come on, little larvae. Ooh, rare larvae, uncommon larvae. Any of the more generic stuff down here? Doesn't look like it, but then again, what I really want is a good supply of insect life. I'm not in a huge position to be fussy about what it is. That's some common larvae though, because I'll need those for butterfly mutation later on, I think. Nothing hugely relevant. Oh, there you are. Hooray for amateur entomology. You haven't got a drone log, pity. Hey Dale! You bought a brand new one and made known you. Well, yeah, I mean, I think they're sentient. They wander off whenever they detect that you need them. You could try praying to the machine spit, see if that helps. Super alloy rod, random bits of alloy. I must have detonated one of those and not had the capacity to pull it back. Oh well, details. Right, any more larvae? Come on, little bugs, where are you? Oh, this is developed. Not looking promising, but canister, nope. What about raiding here? Blueprint chips, I'll have them. Super alloy, seeds, random material. Nothing particularly useful there. Ditto. Alright, let's get back to the bunker. Fill up on oxygen, fill up on water, and then do a sweep round and head for home. Because we have got all the larvae we need to get a decent colony of bees established. Several decent colonies of bees, in fact. And then I will no longer be the only living animal on this planet. Although, given that this involves unleashing a horde of bees onto the world, perhaps this is not the best idea I've ever had. Then again, I don't get a lot of choice, do I? More super alloy. Saves screwing around looking for synthesis materials. Come on, insects, where are you? looking a bit bare bones now, isn't it? Oh well, what we got should be enough to be going on with. Once the bee population's growing, I think they start producing larvae themselves, so we can just do a little bit of baby napping. Larvae napping? You know what I mean. It's all in the service of science and progress, therefore it is fine. Mostly. Well, let's not fall into the lava pit, that would be embarrassing. Whee! Oh, more obsidian. Like I said, J-Dog, you do get some in this cave, just enough to get you started, I think, is the best summary. But long term, yes, you do have to establish a mining setup to get a permanent supply. Right. Yoink. So, into the mutator. Check the recipe. Uncommon lava, mutagen, and fertilizer. I need fertilizer. Again. Oh. Drop off that log. So we're up to, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 of 15 needed thus far. Tier 2 beehive can... Oh, right, so Tier 2 beehives can do the trick. Tier 1s can't. Oh, well, work with what you got. It's a stepping stone. Where did I leave the fertilizer? Oh, come on. Wait, I actually used all the Tier 1 fertilizer, did I? Fine, let's go and shove these blueprint chips in decryption. Map information. Tier 3 torch. Wonderful. Tier 2 map info rocket might be worthwhile. Need solar quartz to get the Tier 3 torch going, unfortunately. Although, aluminium, magnesium, sulfur. What torch am I using? Tier 1. Alright, let's do that upgrade. That's nice and easy. Aluminium, magnesium, hop outside and grab some sulfur. Didn't realise that was an option. Go. Alright, thanks, Dale. Good luck with your quest. Okay. Tier 2 torch. Okay, that is noticeably brighter, isn't it? Right, chug that. So... standard mutagen and fertilizer. What did I grab? Tier 2 mutagen blast. Right, we're going to need more algae. Again. Oh well. We'll drop off the super alloys and the iron. Right, downstairs. Algae time. Go, 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 go. Let's hit the other lake. I harvested that one about 20 minutes ago. Yeah, that'll do for the moment. Grab some sulfur while I'm down here. There we go. That should be enough to start getting a decent crop of fertilizer going. Just need to hook up some eggplant. So, take a right. Eggplant, come here, comrades. Inventory is full, really. Find food. Now the inventory is no longer full. Fertilizer. And then it's water to make bacteria. There's a methane cartridge to convert that across into standard mutagen. And more water to make a bacteria sample. Right, let's shovel all this into the DNA manipulator. Check I've got the right bits. Yep, we're good. So, uncommon lava, fertilizer, and mutagen. Off you go. Sequencing common. You should be sequencing a bee larvae. I did get that right, didn't I? Uncommon mutagen fertilizer. Uncommon. Ooh. Cancel! Cancel! Mutagen. Uncommon mutagen and fertilizer. Uncommon mutagen fertilizer. Good, good. That should work. I almost accidentally created silkworms. Whoops. And it wouldn't hurt to get some panga larvae going as well. Do need more mutagen though, so bacteria samples. Methane. And what else was I needed? Sulfur? Sulfur, there we go. Bonk. And another shot of fertilizer won't hurt. Okay, there goes most of my algae reserves again. Right. Ah, yes, we have bees. Huzzah, right, new job, beehive. Superalloy, fertilizer, and a bioplastic nugget. Well, we've got the fertilizer. We should have some bioplastic floating around somewhere. Superalloy is for once nice and easy, and bioplastic, there we go. Right, let us unleash the bees. Near the flowers, of course. Plants 3. Actually, get these down to the plant growing area because they will get a very nice boost. Hello, machine optimizer. Beehive. Do your stuff. Right, and did I have another? I've got room for a third fuse in there. I think I've got another oxygen fuse back at base. Huh. Really do need to find a way of boosting those drills. Heat multiplier fuse. Could have sworn I had another oxygen fuse in storage. There we go. Oxygen multiplier. Do I have a plant multiplier? Doesn't look like it. Nope, fine, we'll just go and get this extra oxygen fuse into play. Give it a kick. Right, so oxygen production up to 2250%, 20 parts per trillion per second. Good. 29% growth on the trees. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can get another 2 tree spreaders optimized off this node. And honey. Alright, but really we're more interested in the 1.75 kilos of plants and the 15 grams of insects. I suppose I should kind of focus on tree spreaders or bees. Either would be good. Okay, we are pushing towards a breathable atmosphere. Biomass is now absolutely shooting up. Right, next concern will be butterfly dome at 140 tons. 377 kilowatts available. The answer is to be. The tree spreader bounces because it's floating on the lake. Mostly. Right. Fertilizer again. Algae, sulfur, and eggplants. I am out of eggplant again. That's unfortunate. Well, let's go and get some more algae. Bounce. 4, 5, 6. That'll do for fertilizer purposes once the eggplants have regrown. I think I need to think about putting in a butterfly dome. Yeah, eggplant. Wait, did I? Sudden thought. Yeah, I thought I'd stashed some eggplant. Right. Fertilizer, sulfur. Again, it's the sort of thing that should be easy to grab, but you never seem to have it when you need it. Do have some spare bacteria samples. Right, hydration low, thank you. Need to get some. Yeah, need to get some more sulfur and snag some water. Right, sulfur. I think what I may do is compromise and do one of each. Right. Bees. Okay. Uncommon mutagen fertilizer. Uncommon mutagen fertilizer. Commence. Okay, that's got another run of bees cooking. Next job would be pengas. So mutagen, fertilizer, and a rare larvae. For which I need more mutagens, which means I need more methane, which means popping out, tapping up the gas extractor, pulling out that oxygen cartridge as well, because I don't really need that. Mutation, there we go. But then I need more fertilizer, for which I need more eggplant. Grow faster! Although I suppose in theory I could just dismantle a couple of these, because I need to do these as upgrades anyway. Right, let's pull the bean seeds out. Dismantle, and... oh wait, they're not using fertilizer. Yeah. Well, that's annoying. Right. Tree spreader. Fertilizer. I need to get some more tier 2 food growers down, but, well, you can see the problem. To make the fertilizer, you must grow the eggplant. I suppose the other option is just do it in parallel. Where did I leave all those eggplant seeds? Organised? No. Never. Come on, eggplant. I was certain I had spare eggplant seeds. There we go. And 3 thereof. Okay. Right, tier 1 food grower. Oh, right, butterfly dome is on spec. I need some aluminium and some iron to get a 3rd grower going. Do I have spare aluminium? Probably in here. There we go. Depending on your love of eggplant, does anyone like eggplant? I think it might be about to start raining osmium. Normally, yeah, that sounds like incoming space rocks. And the sky's gone blue, so that probably means osmium. Right, eggplant, eggplant, eggplant. It'll do. Do need to come up with a lot of fertilizer from somewhere, which means coming up with a lot of eggplant from somewhere. Sacrifices we make. Right, butterfly dome. Insects 20 per second. 300. Okay, power's not an issue, but I suppose the plus point of the bees. Right, beehive tier 1. I suppose the plus point of getting the butterfly dome down is that hopefully it'll open up some options. Of course it needs. Of course it needs fertilizer. Everything needs fertilizer. Well, I suppose if I was truly desperate, I've got some tier 2 fertilizer. Push absolutely comes to shove, I could dismantle this and get the tier 1. For some reason, I am reluctant to do that. But insects. Alright. Yeah, giving the insect population a kick. Exactly, J-Dog. I do have a recycler. Boop. I can always upcycle later on once we've solved this problem. Right, tier 2 fertilizer, zeolite. My last bit of tier 2 fertilizer from scrounging. Zeolite, super alloy. What else does this need? Tree bark is upstairs. Okay, there we go. Right. And we'll get this deployed. Come on. There we go. Butterfly dome is in play. I think I might have a slight space problem. That might be an issue. Run! Up! Ooh. Assuming I don't get brutally murdered, I think this might be a super alloy bombardment. Yeah, green and purple. That looks like a super alloy barrage, doesn't it? Or is it osmium? There's different blue glow appearing down there. I think it's super alloy. What I do know is I'm not sticking my head out until it stops. The artillery has stopped. Right, let's see. We're not going to get the dome deployed there. Deploying there's a bad idea. Deploying here causes space issues. You know, let's just go plonk it down with the rest of the growing stuff. Now, was that osmium or... Okay, osmium, sulfur... Okay, interesting mix of minerals just came slamming down. Right, butterfly dome. Let's put you down here instead. There we go. Now I need to actually put a door in, don't I? Iron, titanium and silicon. Iron's easy. Silicon is easy, and hopefully there's a bit of, there we go, titanium lying around. Alright, happy green butterfly dome. Slight issue being that we haven't got any butterfly larvae to put in it yet, but it can do its stuff for a bit. Now I suppose I'd better go actually go hook up some butterfly larvae. Damn it all, you missed reloading the waiting time. You need to adjust about 200 yards east. Although, as I understand the game logic, it does actually target where the player is standing. So, you need to load the armor-piercing rocks. Right. Rare larvae, mutagen, and fertilizer. So, rare larva, mutagen, fertilizer, commit. Right, eggplant. Hooray. Eggplant. Boo. Eggplant! Come on! 97, 98, 89. Mutter, grumble, curse. Right. Come on. 99, 90, 98. Grow faster. Yeah, we've got the sulfur. Just need the one bit. 99. Come on. 100. Yay. Finally. Thank you, comrade. Fertilizer. Okay. Need to get the beehive established, don't I? Beehive, super alloy, and bioplastic. How are you guys doing? You're great. Right. Super alloy and bioplastic. There was some in here. Perfect. Right. One more beehive and get the butterflies going as well. Could be the rival company firing the meteors. It's a bit over the top. I think they would be firing something a bit more impressive than meteors, especially helpful meteors. Alright, bees are on the go, and butterflies are on the go, and we can actually cook up a second butterfly larva if we wanted to. But hey, we're good. Happy butterflies. Yay. Alright. Next order of business, I think, would be to get another tree station going. But you know what that's going to need, don't you? Oh yeah, fertilizer. So rather than divert to that immediately, I am going to bootstrap eggplant production and start upgrading to tier 2 food growers. 1 and 97, really? Yes, we know. You are busy. Come on. Do I have any more eggplant seed? I don't. Yep, one more. Right, we'll scrap you. Swap you out. Industrial quantities of eggplant. The things we do in the pursuit of progress. Dare I say it? Right, pull the squash, replace the beans because they're slightly better as food. Is this done? Yes, it is. Good. Right, fertilizer. Need more algae. Of course. Why was it going to be simple? Boop. Good question, but that is something I definitely need to sort out. Should probably also expand and get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, there we go. Right. Should probably also expand the base a little, make space for a dedicated tier 2 grow area. You know, putting another layer along here wouldn't hurt. Use up some of that iron I've got clogging up my inventory space. Right, fertilizer. Done. Okay. Tier 2 food growth. Super alloy. Do I have any outside? No. So, titanium, cobalt, magnesium, iron, aluminium, and silicon. We'll just go shove that through a fabricator and synth up some super alloy. And then deploy tier 2 food grower. So, yank one of the eggplants. Need to drop that. Eggplant into tier 2. Huzzah! Right, next concern is iron, titanium, all the titanium in fact, and we'll expand the base. On the upper level here. Which gives us a bit more space to, well, for one thing, dismantle that tier 3 heater so I can access this biodome. And also creates more space where we can put in more growing area. When we have it. Right. Tier 2 tree spreader. What does this do? Zeolite, Tier 2 fertilizer, and oh my word, that completely outperforms the tree spreader. It doesn't need to be on a water surface either. But it's basically double the base output. Zeolite and Tier 2 fertilizer. Okay. We'd have to use the fertilizer from the reclaimed spreader to upgrade to a Tier 2 fert, but that's not actually the end of the world, because if you remember, I got some of the Tier 1 fertilizer by dismantling some Tier 2. So we will troll down here, grab the good tree seed, dismantle you. It said dismantle you, thank you. Then hop back up. Do I have enough spare zeolite? Not sure. Right, Tier 2 fertilizer. What do I need? 2 bits of methane, which should still be in the recycling area. Inventory full. Okay, chug some water, chug some food, methane cartridge, and methane. Come on, lock on. Right, new plan. Drop the aluminium into storage, hop outside and just get some more methane cartridges. And then make all of that into fertilizer. Empty out the rest of this. Inventory full. Fine. Stash it all. It can wait till later. Right, Tier 2 tree spreader. Zeolite. Zeolite. Alright, rather than go hunt, so I'm just going to shove a circuit board through the dismantler. That should get us some zeolite. There we go. Oh, and some bioplastic. Okay. Circuit boards to tree spreaders. Who would have thunk? I'm only 4 Giga TI from the Tier 3 version. Ooh, okay. How much of a kick does it need? Good point. In fact, less than 3 actually. Well, let's get a Tier 2 down and give it a kick on the way. And then we can always dismantle the remaining Tier 1s. Right, so Tier 2 tree spreader. Okay, deployment engaged. And tree seed engaged. That is chucking out 44,000 PPQ per second and a significant boost to the plant output as well. Yeah, it's a bit bigger, isn't it? Oh. Right, leave that to its own devices. It should give us a nice kick towards 32 Giga TI. In the meantime, I need to come up with some more super alloy, if nothing else. And then think about whatever I'm going to need for the Tier 3 spreaders. Right, let's see. Aluminium, iron, magnesium, cobalt, silicon and titanium to finish the recipe. Right. Pop out again. Iron, cobalt, Gold, magnesium. Aluminium? Yes, aluminium. Should be some in storage. Mostly because I just put it there. Okay, that compacts down a bit more super alloy. Biomass is absolutely shooting up now, thankfully. Heat's okay, oxygen and pressure. Pressure is stalling again. 5.58 Pascal. Huh. Okay. Let's see if the bees have turned up any honey. Beans and honey. That will be an interesting combination when it gets to the other end. Right, beehives. Please don't be mad at me. They're not mad at me. Good. Right. High quality space food. Just don't share a cabin with anybody. This is why we have spaces. Do I have any cosmic quartz? I don't think so, no. But it's worth having. You do make a good point, because there were those nodes. Right, okay, one problem at a time. Space food condensed. Let's see, if we go have a look up here. Iridium geodes. I vaguely remember seeing a quartz-looking egg that hadn't hatched yet. Got plenty of spare osmium for the moment, but where is the quartz eggs? I'm sure there was one or two lurking around the top side of the lava caves. Let's go for a quick storm to see what we get. It gives the insects population time to bloom. And we're 1.5 TI away from tier 3 trees, which will help. Okay, so we've got iridium nodes, bauxite. Plenty of bauxite, but ooh, pressure multiplier fuse, good. That'll be handy. Seeds somewhat lesser. Oh! Is it me? Or is the dust bowl starting to dry out? The dust bowl's completely dried out. That was all solid dust before, we couldn't see it. There's another crashed ship. There's the colony area we were blindly stumbling through before. Massive chunk of ocean. That whole zone's opened up. Huh. Well, that gives us opportunities, doesn't it? I mean, the map hasn't updated, but that's a minor detail. But that ship should be worth checking. Well, well, well. Whole chunk of other zones to work with. That might be where we get the last of the logs. Alright, sidetracked from cosmic quartz, but something arguably more interesting to look at. The issue is going to be getting the truck down there. Could have sworn there was... I could have sworn I'd seen a quartz up there. There's another box up there as well. Alright, jetpack, do your stuff. Can we sidewinder up here? Maybe, yes. Bonk. Not that there was anything worth doing it for. Alright. Okay, we are almost done with the insect stage. 31.5 Giga TI. Once we hit, what was it, 32, we get the tier 3 tree spreaders. We can have a look at what those will require. Also, we have eggplant. Eggplant, not eggplant. Alright, fertilizers. Need algae. Yes, I know hydration's an issue. Fine. Let's drop off the superalloy, the methane, actually the squash can, and the bioplastics go as well. Need the fertilizer, don't need the aluminium or the iridium rods. Right. Sulfur and eggplant and water. Starting with the water, because not dying is preferable. Right. Algae. Then I need to figure out how I go about getting the car down to that new zone. What, the zone formerly known as the Dust Bowl. Alright, we can do one bit of fertilizer immediately. Upgrade another food production. I'll just put an extra one in and start moving it all upstairs. Right, eggplant, sulfur, there we go. We've got the tree spreader. Converted some more fertilizer, like algae, sulfur and eggplant. Tier 2 food growth. Super alloy. 1 and 2. Hop upstairs. Food grower. 1 and 2. Right. Algae seeds. You're not ready. You're not ready. You are good. We'll put beans in there. You are on the grow as well. We'll put something in there. Plant seeds, beans will do. Really, I should be starting to grow industrial quantities of squash as well, because I need that to make tier 2 fertilizer, which I suspect I'm about to start requiring in significant quantities of. Or rather, very significant quantities of, not insignificant at all. Okay, tier 3 tree spreaders. Tier 2 fertilizers, zeolites, superalloy, 8,500 oxygen per second. Yeah, that kind of obsoletes all the other plant mechanisms, doesn't it? And then some. Right. So we should probably start dismantling the flower spreaders, both to save power and get some more fertilizer ready, made for upgrading to tier 2. For the moment though, how much food have I got? Plenty. Water supply is adequate. Once I raid the condensers. And okay, we are starting to develop towards fish. And a breathable atmosphere. Hang on. Oxygen is infinite. We have breathable atmosphere. Woo! Right. So, more for convenience's sake than anything, let us go and celebrate with some extremely reckless driving. Skid, drop, skid, go, go, go. Bounce. And I have determined, after a careful study, that the quickest way to get access to the newly revealed ship and others zones that were being concealed in the Dust Bowl is to head back to my starting point and then apply the accelerator. For science! Thankfully, fall damage really is not a thing in this game if you're in the truck. Okay, what have we got down here? All sorts of shiny new stuff. Starting with you. Looks like somebody built themselves a biolab of some description. Underwater hydroponics? Either this flooded or... Well, they packed up and left very neatly, didn't they? Right, storage crate. Okay, fertilizer. Yes, please. Bacteria, I'll take it. The rest can stay for a bit. Bean seeds, squash seeds, space food. I think we found their kitchen. What else we got down here? Looks like a robot pillow fort for reasons. Computers are offline. Fertilizer and super alloy, yes please. Baseline heaters, a suit locker. Spacesuit Conto. And we have a new message. Toilet. I'm sure it's not another death threat. It's probably not another death threat. Let's get back to the surface. Can we salvage this stuff? No. Pity. Would have been useful to get it all properly working. Problem is the mail terminal is back up there. I suppose I could have used the unstuck function, couldn't I? Alright, it can wait. Let's go have a look at some of these other bases. Looks like they've got living quarters established here. Let me rephrase. The bots were trying to establish living quarters in anticipation, presumably, of a human arrival. Tusker seed, food growers. Alright, let's have a look at the main command centre. Drop off some iron. There we go. Okay, tier 3 heaters, various other bits to strip down. Locker storage, super alloy. Any more evidence of what actually went down here? Oh, fertilizer, I'll have you again. For obvious reasons. Looks like the bots... Yeah, the bots were trying to establish living facilities for the humans. Double bed. Oh, family accommodation. Right. Dismantle this. Let's see if there's anything good in that crate. Fertilizer and super alloy tier 2 ferts as well. I'll take it. Let's clear some space. Super alloy's kind of low priority. quarters. Why is that glowing? Nil of note thus far. Do I need the air filter anymore? No, I don't. The air filter's redundant. Okay. Shiny new spacesuit. Now, there was... Okay, so we've got the Alcove here. The ship, I believe, is round to the southwest. Let's go have a look at this alcove area. Oh no, there's the ship. Right, so the alcove area is just a passage point. Actually, mail terminal. Iron, silicon, silicon, magnesium. Silicon, silicon. Probably just as easy to put a temporary base in here so I can collect my mail. Iron. There we go. And already full. Don't really want to waste anything of what I'm carrying. Iron. Oh, hello, little lava. Right. Mail terminal. Need some magnesium. Ooh, Serena butterfly larva. Oh, yes. Yes, yes. Need you. Yoinked. Okay. Exploration on hold. There's a lot to loot down here, but for the moment, I'm going to head back up to the base as best I can. I am going to find the buggy, which now that I think about it is something I should probably have thought of before I went gallivanting off. And at that point, I can check the mail terminal, find out about this latest death threat, and probably get this second batch of larvae going as well. Right. There's the buggy. Okay, round we go. A quicker one if I use these plants. So, climb. Alright, we're back at the cave. Yeah, it looks like there's quick access via these climbable plants. And we're right back at the start. There's probably some metaphor to be had there about the great circle of life and all things, etc., etc. But for the moment, I just want to get these butterflies deployed. And then go check on the presumed death threat from the other robot corporation. We'll see. Okay, butterflies, go. Bonk and bonk. There we are, so that's all happy. And let's go see what the mail's got to say. Who wants to bet it's a... Well, it's either going to be an offer of employment or a death threat, isn't it? One or the other. And it's from Sentinel Corps, so... We kindly remind you that you should not in any circumstances use Sentinel Corp technology to communicate with outside humans, ships or corporations. Any breach of contract resulting increase in sentence and extraction time. Ah, okay, so not a death threat, just a don't you dare think about trying to talk to anybody else threat. Well, it's Sentinel Corp. I mean, what did we expect? Okay, so, going to wrap up there for a bit, I think. Multiple things to tackle over the course of the next couple of weeks, including getting the Tier 3 tree spreaders going, checking out this new area, and finding the rest of these reports. Because let's face it, I think we can all agree that taking everything in balance, and considering that they're all backstabbing evil corpos who'd sell their grandmother for a percentage, I'll take Starform Robotics over Sentinel Corp. At least Starform Robotics have been vaguely nice about these things. I mean, they didn't start with a death threat, but they have turned it into a job offer, so I'm more inclined to go with them in terms of the ending choices, but that is a problem for later. Until tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, thank you one and all for watching, and good night.